Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 20th episode of Cooking with Heather, right here in my apartment. Today we're going to do something special. We are going to put together some sweet potato hash browns with some imitation crab flavored pollock, some asparagus, we're going to flavor it up, and some chicken. And we're going to put it into a wrap. A very special wrap of purple wheat, kale, and quinoa that I happen to just buy today. So, alright, let's get on with Cooking with Heather, shall we? And you know, I might put an apple in it too if I can be so persuaded. Alright. We've heated our pan, so let's get to peeling these yummies, shall we? With my special peeler. And we're going to do the hash browns in a bit of butter, seeing as I don't have anything else. And I'm just peeling the yams like crazy here. And you know what? While I peel the yams, we're also gonna we're gonna pour some raspberry vinaigrette in the pan. Make it sizzle. And we're also going to pour some butter in the pan. We're going to put some nice light butter in the pan. We're just going to let that simmer for a while. Now I know it may seem an odd flavor combination, but I'm sure it's going to taste very nice. And you know what? I have faith in it, and you should have faith in it. Alright, so that's one of the yams done. And we're going to make them special sized hash browns. We're going to chop the potatoes like this, just in a circular fashion. And the wrap is just going to be a lovely little just going to be lovely. We don't have a deep fryer, so these won't be like hash browns that you get out of your grandmother's kitchen or your restaurant or a restaurant or whatever. But you know what? They'll be good. And so here comes the first. We'll soak that up in butter. And you know what? We might try for some meat. I did happen to buy some today. Ended up on the floor, so we can't use it. I did happen to buy a little bit of lunch meat today, so we could use that. Black Forest ham. And maybe we can do that. Okay, we're going to put the chicken in. They're just little guys. We're just going to fry it all up together. put some raspberry vinaigrette over the chicken breast. It actually makes a very good taste. Now this is an unusual dish, but I guarantee it will be a good dish. It's not dessert, like many of you fans are hoping. Or, however, I really have to go with what I can afford to do. You know, I may not need to use both sweet potatoes today. I'm making so many hash browns with just one. Do you think we should use the peel so we're not wasting? Nah. Although, ooh, it's pinkening over there. Yeah, let's just leave it with one. I got plenty. But we need to clean up our mess before we do anything else. It's sort of a yummy like thing that you can put in a wrap or put in anything, isn't it? Just be careful not to make a huge mess. Because cooking is an art and a science at the same time, you know? But now, we'll put our peeler away because we don't need it. And I don't like leaving out things that we don't need because it's messy. We'll get our asparagus out. We'll get our asparaguses out. I just bought these today, so they're very fresh. We'll rinse off our knife because there's no harm in using the same knife. Put the cutting board over. And gently just cut some tails, asparagus tails, because they're actually quite good. Okay, we'll put that in our mixture. And then we'll add our imitation crab flavored pollock. Because I've never cooked with lobster meat before, so I believe it will be a very interesting match made in heaven. Yes. So it's not all cooking quite yet, but you see we help it. Give some canola cooking spray a little bit, just a tiny little bit. You don't want to overdo it. Because canola is good, you just don't want to overdo it. And while that's cooking, or attempting to cook, we will clean up our mess. Get some hummus for after it's cooked. Ah, yes, the ham. I did buy some ham today. It is Black Forest ham. And I think we need to add a little bit of meat to our creation. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We don't really need to cut it. We can just take it out. Oh, the camera over here. We can just take it out and just peel it off. Just throw it in there. And the shell the burrito shell. It's an edible plate for it. So we'll get a spatula and toss this around a bit. And you know what? We may have to get some water to help it go, but that's okay. We'll get some water to help it go. How about that? And we'll just zoom in on it. Doesn't that look really good? It's gonna take a while to cook, but it's definitely worth it. I really haven't tried this combination before, so it's all about experimentation. You know, for the heck of it. Nah. Yeah, let's add the second sweet potato after. Yeah, let's add the second sweet potato, shall we? Need to put that away. We need the cutting board again. We need a new knife since I already put it in the sink. We need to get the peeler out. Okay, we need to peel this. And you know what? I'm going to put a lid over this to help facilitate the cooking. Can find one big enough because I don't know if we have a big enough lid. I don't think we have a big enough lid, so we'll just have to work it carefully. It's already starting to cook. I think we only need about half of this sweet potato, to be honest, because it's a big one. We'll get all these pieces off the cutting board. And you know, my hash browns, my sweet potato hash browns are quite different. And I cooked the breast whole because then it would all cook at the same time. So there's half the... So we need to hurry. I hear it cooking over there. Oh. Yeah, see this? It's not... It's an interesting type of hash brown. I'm going to cut it again. And we're definitely gonna just... Oh, it is sizzling nicely over there, ladies and gents. My hash browns aren't restaurant quality, I'm sure, but they'll get there. I am a home cook. And as a home cook, I only know so many things. And if I ever develop my cooking into professionalism, I hope to learn a whole bunch more things about cooking. So we'll add this. That's what we have. Ow. Oh, shoot. All right. And we'll add a couple more pieces of this black forest ham. Tear it up. And you can see the process. You can definitely see the process. The asparagus there is getting cooked nicely, as are the other things. And we should add a little bit of just a tiny touch of lemon juice for acidic. There, it keeps it from getting too out of control. And we also, yeah, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Isn't this seductive looking? It's like almost a stew, but it's not a stew. It's going to go in a shell. Be sort of a hash brown wrap. Hash brown lobster wrap. That sounds good. A sweet potato and hash brown lobster wrap. Or a sweet potato hash brown lobster wrap. It's a mouthful, isn't it? Definitely a mouthful. Isn't that seductive? That cooking is so seductive. You can just see it cooking. Now how about we work on the flavor now that we've got the ingredients all together. A sweet potato hash brown lobster wrap with some nice stock. Let's add some flavor. Now what should we add? Well, I have certain restrictions because I can't eat dairy, but we will add some of this Montreal chicken spice. Okay, and what else shall we add? Maybe a bit more of that dressing, or a dressing. A touch of honey garlic. We can get it open there. Oh, pardon me, this is, and it cools it right down. Do we want a little more asparagus? Probably, right? So we'll just get the cutting board up, flip it over because it's clean on this side, chop a little bit more asparagus, just a slew. Just a slew. Just a tiny slew. And it's a very special wrap. That looks inviting, doesn't it? Yummy. And looks really very much like a stew. Now the chicken is cooking nicely. I've really never cooked chicken in a pan, but I wanted to cook it whole, just cause. How often do you see it cooked like that? It's very seductive indeed. Well, now we don't want to overwhelm the flavor palette, but we should add a little sweetness to it. It's not, some little pickles. Some little pickles from this mysterious jar. I don't know what kind of pickles they are, but we'll still do our best to add some flavor. Break these up, toss these in. Not too many. Because I've never really cooked with pickles before, so this will be a sweet potato hash brown. Lobster and asparagus. Sweet potato hash brown, chicken, lobster, and asparagus wrap when I am done. Look at how cool that is. So nothing burns. I've added a few pickles. Truly, this is experimental, but it looks very edible, doesn't it? You could just, well, it's not quite edible because the chicken's not cooked and you get poisoning if you ate it right now. Now let's add a little berry balsamic. Just a drop. Just a few drops. For some sweetness. And a little more of this raspberry vinaigrette before we throw it away, because we're almost out. And we mustn't forget our paramount ingredients. We mustn't forget that. We mustn't forget. Okay, so because the first episode was a two-parter, it's only the 19th. However, I welcome you anyway. And I hope you like tonight's food, because I want to do something special for the 20th episode. And I would welcome ideas, because some of the greatest artists get ideas from their fans. And those ideas become some of their greatest creations sometimes. Anyway, let's get back to our cooking, hey? Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that wrap. It's going to be beautiful. Yes. Look at that. It's beautiful. Just checking the middle to make sure it's cooking. It is. It's almost like a little stir fry. It could be a stir fry wrap instead, you know. Maybe I'll name it that. A stir fry wrap. It's got some lobster. It's got some sweet potato hash browns that are chunks of sweet potato. It's got some black forest ham. It's got some chicken. It's got some asparagus. So there's a nice stir fry, I guess. I made a stir fry unwittingly and unknowingly. That is fabulous. Let's see if it's getting cooked. It's getting there. Quite yet. But you know what? While that's cooking, we can plate our stir fry wrap. since there's only me, we're only going to do one plating. So I hope y'all are watching. I hope y'all are watching this epic plating. And I'm sorry that it's not the 20. It's like, the first one was put into 2 parts. And so I'm going to try and do something really special for the 20th video. But I don't know what that is yet or when that will be. But I love my fans so much that I'm going to let them offer me suggestions, and I may or may not use them. So we're going to take a wrap, make sure it's a nice clean, look at that beautiful wrap. I've never eaten these types of wraps before. Look at that beautiful tortilla shell. And of course we want to dress it. We want to dress it in some flavor, so it's not flavorless. We want to put a tiny bit of salsa in there. Just a bit. Just a tiny bit, because salsa is good for your heart. It's spicy as heck. And since it is a stir fry, we're going to put a dabbing of plum sauce to kind of counteract the spiciness of the salsa. Alright, so we need some dressing now. We're going to use Catalina dressing. And you know, this is going to be like a momentary wrap, then I'm going to spring it open and eat it open, because I love open wraps and they love me. And then we're going to get some caramelized onion hummus, which sounds really yummy and seductive. We're going to put a dollop of it in the middle. We're going to make sure to scrape the spoon off the shell so we don't waste. And then we're going to turn our attention back to this beautiful stir fry that I got going on here. Give it a good angle. Oh yes. And you know what I'm doing now? I'm chopping up the chicken in the actual and we're going to just check to make sure it's cooking all nicely. And there's some serious steam coming off of this, so be careful if you try this. We're going to kind of sift through it, give it some chance to rub flavor off of one another. This is an amazing stir fry. I'm sorry it's not the 20th episode like I claim at the beginning of the video. It's only episode 19, but it's still a pretty good episode if I do say so myself. Alright, you know what? I think it's cooked. Oh yeah, it's done. So what we're going to do now, believe it or not, is we're going to drain it in a drainer, because we don't want the juices screwing it up. So I'm taking it off the stove now. I don't want juices in the... Oh, All right, excellent. So we put this on the side. Look at the steam coming off of that. It's like that scene in Volcano. We'll drain that briefly as we clean up some more mess. Yum. Okay, now we're gonna plate some of it. Not all of it, because there's a lot here. We're gonna leave the rest in here for now. Just gonna wipe the area down because some of the gravy did splatter a bit, but that's normal. We're gonna put some stuff on the top of it, and you're seeing everything I'm doing, so don't worry. We're gonna put some plum sauce to, you know, plum sauce besides flavor, it actually cools it down quite a bit so I don't burn my mouth when I'm eating it. And we're gonna put a touch of this Catalina dressing in a Target pattern, because the food came right on Target. All right, and then we're gonna do this, because I told you I hate eating closed wraps, and we're gonna let it fall open. And then we're gonna sift it around with a fork so it's not falling off the plate, which can happen, but it won't. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'll just sift it in the middle. And there you have it. Your stir fry wrap. Your stir fry open wrap. It's called a deconstructed wrap, I believe. Well, that's it for this episode of Cooking with Heather. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll try to get another one up soon. Bye. And we'll close out on the wrap.